Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin. Let's get right into it. Today we are doing AI training shop number 9, and we're talking about AI video creation as well as avatars. Let's jump straight into it. Now, today we are using the website called HeyGen to generate our avatar as well as our videos. And while I had the option to create my own avatar based off of myself using my likeness and such, I started doing it, but then I realized I wasn't really feeling it. I decided just to use one of the public avatars, but it actually came out much better than I expected. So here, I'll show you my process. I have a bunch of pictures of myself in different angles and different formats here, as you can see. And some of the images, they failed. And I believe it's because my face wasn't easily visible. And I have no problems with that. As you can see, I have plenty of other images with my face in them. But it generated this here, and I was just like, I'm not really feeling it yet. So I didn't go through with the entire avatar creation process. But I like how it was going so far, and I'll for sure come back and fully make my avatar. But what I did decide to use on the public avatar column, I really like the way that this gentleman, Kurt, presented himself, with not only his features, but also the different looks that he had, especially for the video generation idea that I had. And my idea was a technology promotion. And what better way to do it than, somebody who looks like a rich CEO sitting there explaining his new product. So that's why I favored it and went with this one. So let's go over to the tab and I'll show you my prompt as well as the video product. So now here, I said in my prompt, in this video, I would like the AI Kurt to talk about the benefits of having a flying car versus a traditional car. He will point out faster travel, a more comfortable travel, and better sightseeing and pitch an overall better experience. After taking its sweet time to create the video, this is the product that it gave us.
Imagine leaving the gridlock behind. Today, we're exploring why flying cars are the ultimate upgrade over traditional travel. First up, speed. Say goodbye to traffic jams. Flying cars offer direct point-to-point travel that saves you hours every week. But it's not just about speed, it's about how you feel during the journey. Traditional cars feel cramped. Flying cars offer a spacious, pressurized cabin designed for relaxation and productivity. And then, there's the view. Every commute becomes a sightseeing tour with breathtaking panoramic vistas you'd never see from the ground. Faster, more comfortable, and visually stunning, it's more than just a car, it's a completely elevated way of living. The future is closer than you think. Are you ready to take flight?
Now that was a good video, it was solid, but that wasn't the exact vision that I had because I wanted it to point out, using flying cars for long travel, like crossing the oceans. So I asked it to make an edit, and it prompted me, well, what's the edit? And I added it to having a scene which shows a flying car go over the ocean and have Kurt highlight that they can go longer distance than land-based vehicles, making road trips a thing of the past and air trips a way of the future. And it generated this video, and let's give it a listen.
Imagine leaving the gridlock behind. Today, we're exploring why flying cars are the ultimate upgrade over traditional travel. First up, speed. Say goodbye to traffic jams. Flying cars offer direct point-to-point travel that saves you hours every week. But it's not just about speed, it's about how you feel during the journey. Traditional cars feel cramped. Flying cars offer a spacious, pressurized cabin designed for relaxation and productivity. And then, there's the view. Every commute becomes a sightseeing tour with breathtaking panoramic vistas you'd never see from the ground. Think bigger. Because they aren't bound by roads, flying cars can cover vast distances over oceans. Road trips are a thing of the past. Now, air trips are the future. Faster, more comfortable, and visually stunning, it's more than just a car. It's a completely elevated way of living. The future is closer than you think. Are you ready to take flight?
Now, based off of that, we can see that it not only listened to my prompt, it added it perfectly into the video. And the scenes are, very basic CGI, but it still gets the point across very well. So, overall, I'd say my experience using HeyGen was really good. I'd give it for sure a 5 out of 5 or 10 out of 10. Full marks. It was a great experience, and I can't wait to experiment some more with it because I really like the application. Now, if I were to think about different scenarios or projects that these AI avatars could be beneficial for companies, I think that a very simple one is similar to how I showed earlier the avatar creation platform, how I was creating my own avatar. Imagine a company that has a mascot. They could plug their mascot into this, or plug in their CEO or whoever they want into this, their spokesperson, as it were, into this platform. And from there, they could generate any type of video that they want. Whether they want to make it internal or whether they want it to be external, they could have this video be there and using their own creation, their own, like I said, spokesperson, to then create an interactive video or whatever type of video that they want to create. I think that's a very specific scenario that for advertisement, marketing, or maybe even organizational alerts, such as how to deal with emails, how to deal with proprietary data and such. It hits a bit different when it comes from the CEO instead of just a random email from the cybersecurity team. And personally, I think that there should be regulation, from the government within, for these types of AI videos, because there's when I created this, I had to, click on the consent form to upload my own photos. And I know that if I had decided to use a video of myself or create a video using my avatar, I had to create a video showing proof that I'm the owner of it. I think that that is a good step in regulation, because let's say we keep that same example with the CEO, right? If the CEO leaves, then can the organization still use his likeness? Can they still utilize, his face, his voice and such? I personally would say no. So I think things like that need to be strictly regulated. Otherwise, people might have videos that have you promoting something that you don't necessarily want to promote, or doing things you don't necessarily want to do, but because they have your avatar, they can have created to do these things. So I think that there needs to be very strict regulation, very strict policies, making sure that the AI avatar, if it's created from a person, can only be used with that person's consent, and it needs to be consistently given. If it's within like a certain contract period, let's say 3 months, then within those 3 months, then yes, the company may have rights to it, but I still think there should be a clause, there should be something in there that that person has to sign off on every video before it's used. That's my take. And I think that, moments like these, that's where things get a bit difficult when it comes to like challenges of regulating AI, because, technology is growing extremely quickly. AIs are being more complex, and there's so many applications of it across the entire corporate and non-corporate sectors, the civilian sectors. I think that there's so many things that could be problematic. Like I mentioned before, using a video, using something with your likeness without your permission, and also just the fact that AI is getting so powerful, it's getting so involved in so many things, especially with certain biases. I think that there's the challenge is simply stopping people from taking it too far. And because I think there's going to be, well, maybe we're currently in it, a boom of AI that's going to lead people to think that AI can do everything for them, but it truly cannot. And it may lead people into falling into situations that they might not have fallen into had they not turned over everything to AI. For example, AI exchanging the wrong type of data with maybe another AI or some other corporation without having some type of human input. I think those are some of the challenges that maybe they need to have regulations in place, that when it's handling personal data, that it's very strict and monitored by a human to make sure that yes, this data is clean to send over. And while it may slow down the process, but I think that's necessary, so that way there's no leaks unnecessarily, and people's data is not just exposed out there. And I think that I think these types of regulations regarding an impact on innovation and competition, I think it will actually encourage competition. I'm not sure about innovation, because I think that actually, no, yes, innovation, yes, because I'll use the same data exchange example. If there's certain data that can no longer be exchanged, let's just say from AI to AI, or just exchanged publicly, I think that it will force companies to then have to redo or rethink how their models learn. And this will thus, of course, increase competition, because company A may create a better learning model than company B. And I think that will increase competition just from that standpoint, just purely having regulations stopping certain things from just being from the AI developers from just having carte blanche. I think it'll be very important, very crucial for that. Uh, I think that AI's future, it's honestly limitless. I think it's absolutely limitless, and with it being limitless, I think the regulations need to be almost as limitless as well, because since the possibilities are endless, that means the possibility for malicious acts and the possibilities for people taking too much advantage of AI or AI taking too much advantage of people, however which way you want to look at it, is very much possible. So I think that we need to have secure and trustworthy development of AI. We need to have a focus on what those regulations will be. And I think that if I were to say specific regulatory measures, obviously for AI videos like these, with avatars, there need to be strict regulations that the person whose likeness is being used has to, give the green light to use their videos. But I also think that when it comes to people's data, I think that there need to be clear expectations when either you sign up for an email or you sign up for something, that your data is going to be given or used for learning. I think it needs to be very, very descriptive and very clear, not necessarily a long-winded, user license agreement. Thank you. I hope you all have a great day.